You know, a lot of people apparently die from choking because they're just so embarrassed. They start choking in a restaurant and they don't be like... So they get up and go to the toilet and just die in the cubicle.
No, they don't.
They do.
I don't want to be popular. GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something? Oh, Mario! Oh my God!
Woo.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep. And there was one story where he was like, you're gonna have to cut that. And I was like, no. But he only wanted it cut because it was stupid.
Oh.
Where we were smoking weed in a car and we saw a cop way off in the distance just driving. And then we were like, all right, let's calmly get out of the car and walk back inside. And my back door's open and he's sprinting to the apartment, which took all the finesse out of what we were doing. Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, no, I just don't want to do that because that's a dumb story. I'm like, they're all dumb stories.
Yeah. If Bruce didn't want so many dumb stories being told on the podcast, he shouldn't have lived such a dumb life.
And we talked a bunch about me putting my roommate's toothbrush up my ass, but we never actually talked about it. We said, oh, we'll talk about that later on, like, because we're going through a lineage.
What a tease.
Yeah. Well, it was a lineage of like, here's what
Concert tickets coming up.
Let's talk.
Stay tuned for the story about me shoving a toothbrush up my ace.
Let's talk through everything. And then I was like, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And we never got to it.
Right, the big closer.
Well, the problem with the story is I shoved my roommate's toothbrush up my ass. And that's the whole story.
Is this the same when you pissed on his clothes?
Yeah. When he had the clean pile of laundry on his room.
It's annoying that you told all the stupid stories instead of those good ones.
You know what I did do, which I never there was, I don't know what it was, that patch of when we lived together. I never used to do like take my penis out and pee. Like I never used
straight
to
through the pants.
You know, that was a dumb way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
I never used to
You tried to get so medical as well. Take my penis out of my pantaloons.
anyway,
I would never descend my zipper.
oh my God, your webcam hasn't been on this entire time. I've been talking to nobody. What happened there?
Everyone, you can do the rest of that joke yourself. It was all there.
I'm going to keep all that in with just you not being there. There was one story that I didn't tell that I've just remembered now, which was, this is going to be a weird start to the podcast. Webcam's turning off and on. So I'm going to have to look over every now and again and see if you're frozen, but it's so difficult with you because you don't move very much. My girlfriend broke up with me. Oh, I never used to get naked. I never used to be comfortable getting naked. I wasn't as voyeuristic as I've become.
That's the wrong word.
Is it not?
Voyeuristic is watching other people do stuff. Exhibitionist.
Exhibition. I never used to be as much of an exhibitionist.
Yeah.
Freudian slip.
Hang on. So what? Circa when? When are we talking?
Like when Bruce and I lived together.
This is high school girlfriend broke up with you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So at some point in living together with Bruce, I was just like, I'm more comfortable with my body. I'm naked all the time. And we used to like, it used to be kind of funny to like walk in on each other taking a poo. And just be like, or like one time I was in the shower and Bruce just walked in and did a shit next to me in the shower. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. And like the toilet was here and then right next to you was the shower. So he's like drawing love hearts in the fog of the thing. Like it was a funny bit. But yeah, so we got really into like peeing.
We got into peeing.
Like peeing being funny, like peeing on each other's cars, peeing. I shouldn't drag Bruce in the story. He didn't pee as much as I did. But girlfriend breaks up with me.
Yeah.
And obviously she felt bad because she did it over the phone and it was all just shit.
Yeah, right. So you just went piss wild.
Yeah. So she was like, you can keep my Xbox because I had her Xbox at the time. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Good exchange. And then later on, she was like, oh, I want my Xbox back because my boyfriend wants to play it. And this was like 3 months later. Yeah. And so I pissed in the fan of the Xbox. Nothing crazy, just like
nothing crazy.
Like I did with the bag of like I did with the thing of laundry, just like squirt. Yeah. I just did a couple of those in the fan so that when the fan
your bog standard pissing on other people's possessions and not telling them. Classic. Nothing crazy there.
So that when it turned
nothing crazy, not like an insane person going around like pissing on other people's stuff. You just do like a bit of wee. Whatever amount of wee you had in your body at the time, you would just put onto other people's things.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was funny.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny at the time, and then it like hit a patch of time where I felt bad. It's the same as the laundry.
Yeah.
Like it was funny, and then like a week after that, it was like silence for 3 or 4 years where I was like, that's really embarrassing. And then I hit like a statute of limitations where I was like, this is funny again.
That's right. Enough time has passed. Even if they knew, they couldn't be mad now.
Yeah.
So you only felt bad because you thought they would be upset about you pissing in their clothes and pissing in their Xbox.
No, it was more me being embarrassed that I did that.
Okay, but then it became funny?
Then it became funny
because it was a different you. It's not the same you anymore.
Exactly. There's a statute of limitations on myself.
Yeah.
And the problem is the guy who we live with will never find out that we pissed on his laundry because he's moved.
He might. I mean, you have broadcasted it on a
True,
podcast.
but like he's moved overseas and he's so far away. But I know for a fact that my ex-girlfriend's sister listens to this podcast. So there's no way she doesn't find out that I pissed in her Xbox.
Surely it must have, like, when they turned it on to play Assassin's Creed, like, you know what? It kind of smells like pissy in here.
That's what I wanted. That was the goal.
Yeah. Do you think she will remember and be like, oh my God, that's what that piss smell was every time I played anything?
Here's the thing.
It wasn't Ratchet and Clank. It was Matt's piss.
I don't want to make the story boring, but I didn't do enough that I think it would have made an impact. Like in my mind, I was like, this will make an impact, but there's no way. It would have dried up and you wouldn't even have fucking known what was going on. It was more for me. Pee is for me.
But just to know that you pissed in it, even if they can't smell it and they'll never know, you get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that?
Well, in the moment, it was like, take that, bitch. That's it. That's it.
One drop.
Yeah. Bloop.
Take that.
Well, it's like
that's enough for me.
You know when you're young and your dad comes into your room and he starts fucking screaming at you about some shit you didn't do, and then he turns around.
Matt, I went to play the Xbox. There's not a single drop of piss in there. And your mum's gone to do the washing. There's not a fucking drop of piss in any of the washing.
I'm sorry, Dad.
I'm still not pissing now.
And then
will piss.
And then he turns around and shuts the door and you go, fuck you. You know, that's what it was. From the tiny little
pillow.
Did you ever used to scream it? Like when your parents left the room, you'd be going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then open the door and you'd be like just red as a fucking apple.
Nothing.
Like, sorry, did you say something? No.
I said I'll piss in the clothes in the Xbox right now.
Oh, stop. Go clean up. So that's what that was. Yeah, but now she'll find out about that, which adds another layer of funny to it, I think. Remember that story I told about her family spitting on me? Remember that?
Same fam. Bunch of fucking psychopaths. Well, they're spitting on you and you're pissing in all their appliances.
The sister messaged me.
Is this normal to tell a deer? Kind of tastes like Matt's piss.
The sister of the girlfriend messaged me very nicely and was like, hey, I don't remember this, but I want to apologize for it. And also it was definitely mum's idea.
So weird. That's mum's MO. That is just so mum.
But I did appreciate that message.
That's nice.
Should we start a podcast?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Don't say yeah, right like that.
Yeah, all right.
If we fucking have to.
Yes, please.
Ooh, GMat. Yay. Hello and welcome to episode 208 of the GMat podcast.
6 nugs, baby. 6 nugs, baby. Nugs, baby. With that sweet sour, baby. Robert in the chino in the cappuccino with the Splenda. And them 6 fucking nuggies, bitch. Nuggies, bitch. Cappuccino with the Splenda, bitch. The sweet and sour, sweet and sour. Shove it in your mouth, ho.
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/therealgmat. Go get yourself some merch. It's still there. There's a new line of stuff coming out. That intro was brought to you by me. I sent that as a voice memo to Beck, letting her know that I did know her order for McDonald's. But if you would like to submit an intro, please send it to contact@therealgmat.tv or submit it in the Discord or send it to me on Facebook. And the other thing you can do for us is follow us at Patreon, patreon.com/the GMat podcast. It's the best place to get extra content and support the show for only $3 a month or more. Cut the music. Thank you. My name's Matt. I'm the host of the GMat podcast. I'm joined today just by co-host extraordinaire Ben J.
Thanks so much.
Aiden's out. Beck's out. But next week we should hopefully have everybody back. I don't know. We'll find out.
We will.
We're loosey goosey at the moment. We're doing whatever.
Was that voicemail you sent me also a McDonald's order?
Which one was that?
One where you shouting pussy for 2 minutes.
Did I? When did I do that?
Do you want to?
Oh, let
You
me.
can always edit it out.
I'll play it because then it'll come through the thing. Shouting pussy for. It's so bananas that is so specific. Yet I can't remember doing it.
It's not specific for you.
How long ago was this?
Not long. A couple of days maybe. It's a 2 minute voice note. It's
2
like
minute or 50 second?
It felt like 2 minutes. I don't think it's that one.
Here's a new song I've been working on.
This-
I dropped my pussy on the floor, it fell down over there. I dropped my pussy on the floor just like I do not care. I dropped my pussy on the floor, it fell under the couch. I dropped my pussy on the floor, it gon' get hit by mouse. I dropped my pussy on the floor, what I'm gonna do? I dropped my pussy on the floor, I fucking need you.
All right, that's enough of that.
Got it by mouse. It's from his upcoming album Hodor. Can get it by mouse.
No, that wasn't the same car trip because I had to scroll back for that one, and that one was yesterday. Yeah, sometimes I just make up little raps while I'm driving.
But that wasn't a cover.
No,
Oh,
that was my
okay.
own.
Right.
That was my own little piece of musical genius. Yeah, I do that. So I see that. I do that all the time. I talk to myself. I sing to myself.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
I'll drive past a tree and I'll be like, tree just for me. I like it green. No, just shit like that. Just all fucking day. Yeah, that's why I don't get any work done.
Fair enough.
How are you, Ben? Tell me all about your day today so far.
It's fine. I had a meal with both chicken and beef in it.
When? For lunch, obviously.
It was like a early lunch, I guess. It was leftovers from last night. And I was like, that's not enough meat in there, the leftover beef. So I was like, I'm going to put some chicken in there too. So I put some chicken in.
I thought you meant you went out to a place and had a
No. A little home job.
little home job. Is that all you've done today?
Yep.
That's an exciting day. I'm happy about it.
I was really going ham with the sniffing.
Ellie, come on. Yeah. So let me take a look at my notes. Let's see what's
Okay.
going on in the world of.
Strong start.
Well, you know what I did today?
What did you do today?
That's not on the notes, but I was like, you know what you did today? What I did today? I did an audition to play a character in a video game.
Oh, you love video games.
I do. So there was this people called Puppet Combo. They make these like PS1 style horror games. I've made a bunch of videos on it, and they put on their Twitter the other day, which one of the community members sent me a screenshot of saying, need somebody to make, we need a character for this game they're working on. Please send you stealing my cat, like some creepy thing like that. The creepy guy stealing my cat, do whatever you want, like a free audition, just send in voice memos.
Oh, that's what you meant when you like, I dropped my pussy on the ground.
Yeah.
I was like, you stealing a cat.
So I did that, and they were like, hey, this part's already been filled, but we've got another part that we think you'd be good for. And in the email, I was like, hey, this is my YouTube channel. I play stuff, and I make stuff on your games all the time. And they were, so they sent me this part, and then I read for it today and sent it off to them. It seems like they're just reaching
Done
out
deal?
to me. Yeah, I think it might be a done deal. But every time I get cool gigs and I talk about them, they fail and they crash.
So what's the lesson there? Never
I
try.
shouldn't have, never try.
Yeah.
Did the same thing with that FBI show. I can't remember what it's called. Fucking,
F by a peanut, I think.
that's the one. I don't know. I was getting written a character to voice way back for some British TV show about space, and the trailer of it was all like good CGI and shit. Ellie, that one fucking fell through. Harry Potter, the fucking stage production. I was in auditioning for that, and I've talked about it, and I didn't get it.
Wouldn't bother.
You didn't like it?
No, but you know what you can do? You can read the audiobook of my Harry Potter. That's what you can do. Which is going to be much more of a success than the Cursed Kid or whatever it is.
the Cursed Chimney.
Yeah.
So that's what I did today, and it was fun.
All right. You reckon you're going to get it?
Yeah, I think I'll get it.
Nice.
Yeah. What'd you do to your knee?
I just heard it.
Like, how'd you hurt it?
I don't know.
Because you were telling me the other day.
Overuse, I think.
You told me the other day that how many squats did you have to do in that one like
It wasn't
workout?
squats. Still doing squats. It was 600.
That's too many. So many fucking squats.
That was a lot of squats.
So many squats.
Yeah, that was the second half. So the first half was like weighted squats, and then it was 600 squats. But there's no jokes to be had there.
No.
Squat on a dick or something. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have a genuine conversation.
Oh wow. Okay.
Beck said that you blew your knee out. So
I didn't blow it out.
That made me feel like there was more to
I'm
this.
slowing down on the running to avoid blowing it out.
Okay.
It's an overuse thing. So as soon as I start to run, it starts to just like blow up. Maybe.
Oh my god. What? So that just happened out of nowhere. There was no.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go to a physio or something. See what's going on.
So you haven't been to the doctor?
Nah.
That's
I didn't
fucking
do
kooky.
anything.
Have you ever had an injury before, like a broken bone or anything like that?
I've never broken a bone.
What?
I think I might be like Bruce Willis from that movie,
Does it scare you?
The Kid.
Does it scare you?
Disney's The Kid. I am curious what it would feel like.
I'm terrified. I've broken my nose and that's it.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I've ever broken. But the idea of breaking my
looks
arm.
painful.
What?
The nose looks painful when it gets broken. You see someone with a broken nose, like, I can imagine that hurts.
It did hurt, but
Having a pimple in my nose, I'm like, this, just cut it off. I can't fucking deal.
take the whole thing off.
That's it. I'm finished.
Yeah, the idea of like my arm being like the wrong way. Whew.
Getting segured.
Yeah, that sort of shit terrifies me. I don't want to, yeah. But
Stop trying to dunk all the time.
I can't help it. Well, that's why I'm scared about blowing my fucking knee out. Because I have a sore knee, and now that I've started working out again, it's starting to feel better. So working out makes my knee feel better. But I am squatting like not big weight, but I'm moving up.
You want to say the number?
Today I squatted 67.5 kilograms, which isn't huge. And I used to squat more than that, but I'm working my way back up to it.
Do it smart.
And it was still hard. It was still it was hard for me. That was difficult.
That's for reps though, isn't it?
5 reps,
Okay.
5 sets, 5 reps. What do you squat at that number? God, this is so boring, people. But, but I
I
do.
don't
I
know
am
why we're
curious.
talking about
I'm
this.
so sorry. I want to know.
For what? For 5?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't done heavy for a while. Maybe 120.
I was gonna say, is it more than 100? Fucking hell.
Yeah. I could definitely do 100. I'm sure I did 100 before. Earlier on in the programming, I would have done that.
If you do break a bone, how do you reckon it's gonna happen?
Probably the calcium won't be thick and strong enough to surpass whatever amount of force is being exerted on it in a direction that it won't bend.
What do you think you're gonna be doing that's gonna make your bone break? Because I didn't see you
Using
doing
a lathe?
I
I don't know. I really don't know.
You want to know how I broke my nose?
How'd you broke your nose?
Sitting on a bus. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Boom, exactly. The bus driver, it was an accident, stopped, and my nose went bang straight
Second accident.
straight into the metal bar.
Pile up.
Didn't hit the no, they didn't hit anyone. It was just me. I was the only person injured. That was the thing that was cool about it.
There you go.
I didn't hit the soft bit. I just went straight into the metal bar.
At least it wasn't a tooth.
That's true. But there was that time I was in the spa and I was getting into the spa and I slipped and went from the side of the spa that I was getting into, fell over to the opposite side, and my big tooth went cracked straight on the edge of the spa. Nothing happened.
Sound of a tooth hitting something gets right into your bones.
Yeah. But everyone went, I heard, I was under the water and I heard, they come up, I was like, oh, I'm fine, nothing happened.
Okay.
That was close. But the nose can take a beating, and now it like cricks and cracks when I move it and shit like that.
Right.
And it used to be a lot littler, and now it's quite big.
Pursuit. How do you reckon you're gonna break a bone?
I think it'll be doing something I shouldn't be doing, like skateboarding or like, because I don't do that much crazy shit.
You know what it'll be? You and Becca are gonna get bored. You're gonna get one of those stupid little hoverboard things, and there's gonna be a video somewhere of you slowly going around the lounge room and going, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that'll be it.
And then it's gonna be your elbow.
Or slipping in the shower. I do slip in the shower a lot.
Put one of those old lady mats down.
I am the old lady, man.
But you'll just need to piss on it because you piss on everything.
I don't know why I slip so much in the shower. I know how I'm going to die because the other day I choked again. I keep choking in my life.
Chew your fucking food and swallow it.
No idea. I was eating a sandwich and only twice in my life have I choked. This being the second. Have I choked where it's blocked, no airflow. I go, and like you can't get air up or down or like
It's proper choking, huh?
There's no sound, there's no movement, it's just clog. And like if you're coughing, that's good, you're clearing it. But there's no cough, there's no clog, it's just, and I can't emulate this on an audio version, but for people who are watching it, I'm like, I'm doing that, making that noise because there's nothing.
Is it actually you breathed it in by accident? It's in your windpipe, or it's just too sticky that you can't?
I have no idea. It just sort of happens, and it's also like quick and weird that there's no way I could remember I could pinpoint that moment where I swallowed, whether I breathed it in. But it's a swallow. It's some kind of swallow, where it's just too much. And
Have you tried breathing through your nose?
No, it blocks the entire airway.
So it is down in there. Because I've had those things where it's like it's too much peanut butter on a sandwich or something. It's like in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
And I figure and work it down. You're like, this might be it.
No.
It's just too greedy.
It's
Damn you, super crunchy.
nothing I can do. And I did it, and I realized it was happening, and I think I span in a circle 3 times, and then
Classic first aid.
because Beck wasn't home,
Yeah, right.
and then I ran to the back door because
Did
I was
you
like,
3 spins?
I was like, I need to get
You throw some
Bruce.
salt over your left shoulder.
And I got to the window and realized Bruce wasn't home either, and I thought that was it.
It's Jason.
And then it cleared.
It was always going to be Jason.
No, I just stood there and went, oh, I'm going to die, and like thought about things. Like,
You know what you should do?
I remember things.
You know, it's weird. I was thinking about this last night for some weird reason. Maybe right at the time you were choking, I was laying in bed going to sleep and we're kindred spirits. Because I just thought maybe, because I was like, what it does happen if I choke and there's no one home? By the time I get out onto the street and find someone, I'll be blue in the face and have passed out. They'd be like, I guess he had a heart attack, and I'm sitting there not getting any blood in my brain. I thought maybe what we should start doing is carrying around a sign in our pocket, just an A4 piece of paper with, in big black letters, marker written, choking. And then if we start choking, you can just take that out and hold it. And if someone finds it, be like, oh, choking. Oh, he's choking.
It's a really good idea, but I'm embarrassed that I need it. That's my problem.
Yeah, but, you know, a lot of people who need it, you know, a lot of people apparently die from choking because they're just so embarrassed. They start choking in a restaurant and they don't be like, so they get up and go to the toilet and just die in the cubicle.
No, they don't.
They do.
No,
A high percentage of people could be saved by like a
Is
high.
that
like
real? Or
Yeah. A lot of people get embarrassed and go to the
They
toilet.
go to the toilet and
try.
die.
And then they're just sitting on the shitter like that. Someone
I'd
finds them like
rather
an hour
die
later.
of
We're like, we're
choking.
closing, ma'am. We're closing.
I'd rather die choking than die of embarrassment. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I know that I'd run around to Jason's place and I'd get to his front step, I'd knock on the door, and then it would clear and he'd open the door and I'd just be like crying and going,
Do you want the wine voucher?
no, it's okay, Jason. I just thought I was joking. I have to go away.
But what I was actually doing was eating food like a normal person, and then I swallowed it. But just before I swallowed it, I thought that I was dying.
Yeah. Bye.
Can you maybe just stand behind me and cuddle me anyway? I'm going to eat the rest of this sandwich. You stand behind me with your hands on my guts, and I'll tap you twice if I start to choke, and you squeeze. And if I finish the sandwich, I'll just go home.
I have popped my knee out. That's one thing I did. Yeah.
Dislocated?
During Beauty and the Beast, when we're doing it, and I'm at the top of this set piece, and it's always built terribly. So the doorway had a lift on the bottom of it. It was about that high up. Like, what's that? Like 2 or 3 inches high.
If you say so, I would say 1 inch, but
1 inch? You're crazy. Anyways, quite high. And then
1 inch high.
I get dragged out of that door, like unconscious. And I got dragged and my knee just hit it and went and just popped out of place. And I went, oh fuck. And then stretched my leg out and went and popped straight back into place.
there you go.
And then I had to get ice on it and stuff.
Gumby.
And you know what? That's the knee that's been giving me so much fucking trouble.
That's the knee. This
So,
is the knee.
Yeah. But I went to the physio for it and they were like, hey, so it's normal for people to have like a dominant side and for that to be a bit stronger than the other side. But it's like 80-20. Like my left leg is so weak compared
really?
to my right leg. So they just gave me some exercise to do that I never did.
Classic.
But now I've started doing it at the gym. I do give myself 10 minutes at the end to just do like just left leg stuff. And I also just have to be conscious that I use it more in my day-to-day when I kneel down or when I go up steps or whatever. So it feels a bit better.
Do you go up steps like a bride walking down the aisle? You go up one and then meet feet and then go up. Do you really?
Or at least I use my left leg less. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm using both legs, but I'm kind of going like like doing a little hop thing, as
Pimp
if you,
walking.
as if you did have a sore leg. That's how I behave all the time.
Really? You're always limping around.
Yeah. I always just take a little bit off there, but just unconsciously. I started doing it for some reason, and I've never been able to stop. And I've had to retrain the way I walk as well. And I'm walking like a supermodel. I'm like swaying my ass side to side just so that I have some symmetry going on, because I have to do the right and then the left. So when I walk the dog, I look like a fucking idiot. Anybody walking behind me is like, this guy's flirting with me. He's trying to get something going.
So what are you going to do when you work out your lefts and rights, and when you teach yourself to walk? What's next? You do colours and numbers, or?
Well, I said to Aiden the other day, we could actually do a boxing match, me versus Aiden, and I think that would get some eyes on. Because I know we said a big joke. I said it'd be funny to do a live stream boxing match, but then I immediately changed my mind because I think me and Aiden are very good mates, but I think that would get ugly very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us would want to lose or have bragging, like have the other person have bragging rights about a physical confrontation. And I think masculinity would take over, and it would get ugly, and we would kick the shit out of each other, and it wouldn't be nice.
I think you both have this thing where it's like, who would win in a fight out of us? Oh, I think we both know who would win. And you both go, yeah, I think we do. But you both think it's you?
I think everybody has a friend where that could end up like that, where you're two.
mean?
I don't know. I think every man has a male friend where that could. It has to come up. You have to be like, oh, if you two fought. But I feel like every man has a male friend where you're one person saying something away from being like, wait, who would win in a fight? And then that monkey brain takes over. But then like, well, I mean, it depends where you stand, status wise, because I know you would beat me because you work out, you're bigger. So I'm not worried about that competition. There's no competition there physically. With Aiden's taller than me, but he has no upper body strength. And I'm like, oh, maybe there's something there. You know, when you have, and because we're such good mates.
But it's weird that you're suddenly like, I think there's a chance I could.
Yeah.
And therefore, I need to believe that I will.
You don't,
and if anyone brings it up, I need them to know that I think I can.
If I said to you,
yep,
if you and Steve had a boxing match.
No factor.
You would beat him?
100%.
But would he think he would beat you? No, okay, that's fair. I'm trying to think of a friend that you would have where they would think that they could beat you.
If Steve like started, because Steve's never had any training in anything. So if he did, maybe if he took up boxing or something, he might be like, you know what? Maybe I can. But he's got no illusions about any of it.
All right. Bad example. Moving on. Anyways, yeah.
But that is interesting. It's an interesting thought. What about you and Bruce? What would happen there?
I would beat Bruce.
Yeah, but Bruce thinks you would beat Bruce as well?
I think Bruce would think I would beat him.
Interesting.
But I don't know. Maybe not. I think Bruce,
you and Telly Datsun.
Bruce is the kind of person where he might say, oh, Matt would beat me, but on the inside he might actually think he had a chance.
Yeah, but I just get fucking nuts.
But honestly, I don't know, because I've never fought. I've never done boxing before. I just know that I've done more like upper body strength stuff than the two of them, but not anywhere near a person who actually works out hard.
I think having older brothers or having brothers.
And true, and I know I can take a punch really, really well.
You've been in that thing of like, this person's pretty much trying to kill me, but not actually kill me. Like they're being like physically dominated and like knowing what that entails.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, did Bruce and his brother ever tussle?
No.
And like Aiden,
I don't believe
doesn't have brothers.
No. And when we tell stories about,
if that counts,
when we tell like childhood stories about,
he does just think
things, he wants to like
grew up in some primitive tribe or something.
He wants to walk away because he's like, this is awful.
Why are you doing that to each other?
But that's a good one. He did do karate, so he has like fight, combat kind of. I don't know.
Karate can go either way. Karate's a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some schools where it's just like kids punching air in front of them for 8 years, and then not even 8 years, like 2 years, and then you get a black belt. And there's some where they do proper karate and whatnot.
He says he used to spar and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, Toei Datsun. I think I could.
Yeah.
It's difficult because
that'd be a good one.
When there's height involved, I don't know how much that's going to impact. But But also, are we talking about we go in now and we box with no training, or we get like a month of like to learn how to box and then we go into a boxing ring?
What's the difference? You're either the same two people with a month's training or the people you are now.
Yeah, but I try to imagine who would be more.
I think if you guys get training, that puts him ahead because then he knows how to use his reach. Because right now he's got no training at all. So the reach isn't a huge advantage to him.
I don't know. I want to say I could beat him, but I don't want to. I don't want to be a douchebag.
You started the whole conversation. That's what this whole conversation is.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing with Aiden was when me and Aiden were talking about it, we were both talking. We were laughing about how ugly it would get, and we thought it was very funny. And the thing is that I don't think either of us actually know who would win. I don't believe I would beat Aiden. I don't think Aiden believes he would beat me.
I think Aiden would think he would beat you because of he's done karate.
I don't think so because he knows, because we went to the gym together and he got like set back a little bit when he realized his upper body strength was really, really...
Did he really?
Not set back. He didn't get upset, but he noticed the difference between the two of us.
It was more than he was expecting.
Yeah, and he realized, that his upper body strength needed some work. But he has very powerful legs. But then I don't know how much leg stuff comes into boxing.
Does he have powerful legs?
Not as powerful as mine. At the time, by the way. And
hang on. Well, the important question is now, what sort of fighting are we doing? Because you were saying boxing, and then he's got powerful legs. But like, what? So what are we actually?
Well, I've never boxed. I don't know how much legs come into it. Do you?
Well, I mean, you're moving around a bit, but not a heap.
I don't know.
But the thing is, are you doing like just MMA? Pretty much anything goes, like UFC rules, where it's you can grapple, you can kick, you can punch, just like not gouging eyes and elbows from.
No, I would say
well,
I guess we don't know how to box. If we had to have like a fight, that's just too ugly to think about. I don't even
really.
Yeah, I like the idea of the boxing scenario.
What's the ugly bit of the fighting?
Because a fight is a fight. That's gross. That can get ugly.
But what do you mean? I'm not saying we're going
punching,
backyard on
kicking,
concrete,
tackling, all that sort of shit.
But boxing's punching as well.
Yeah,
so you don't want tackling.
It's more like a sport kind of like.
Sports. They're both combat sports.
But what are you talking about? Street fighting? What's the other?
I'm talking about like MMA. So like you can kick and punch and.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
UFC. So you can do grappling as well.
Yeah, I think Aiden would have the upper hand there because he sparred. It's the whole thing. He sparred. He has sparring practice. I have the benefit of getting shit kicked out of me when I was younger, and I think I'm stronger. But he also started working out not that long ago as well. Remember, we had that big patch of working out, and so I'm going off like back when I was really into it, and he came and joined us for that little bit of time. So who knows? Point is,
interesting.
It would get ugly.
Might have to go to the gym with him and put up some numbers. Let's find out what the stats are. Let's see who's lived and what.
There's something like deep in me that still wants to try boxing. Like try
just do it. Why don't you do it?
I don't know. It's the same thing with stand up. For the last 2 weeks, I've had this just crushing desire to go and try an open mic, and I just can't bring myself to do it.
Oh, you do it. Why don't all three of us do it?
Try an open mic?
We could go and do an open mic.
I think if I did it, I would go in by myself. I'd try it to a room of strangers before I like tell anybody what's going on. I like the idea, but I just don't think I could do it. The first time in front of friends.
If we all go there, like we'll just try our darndest.
Yeah.
Then we all go in there.
I guess
and we know it's kind of like just a joke. Like we're not really trying. This is not our deepest, darkest funniness. It's just we're doing it for a bit for the podcast, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I guess because if we're all getting up and embarrassing ourselves, but it can't be a thing where like I get up and then he gets up and then you go, nah. I didn't prepare anything. I'm doing. I was just getting you guys up.
Well, I'm the only one who's done it before, so.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Wait,
what?
No, I know that you've tried it, but I don't know to what extent. Did you just do an open mic?
I did a few.
You really gave it a go?
Yeah, the type 5.
Did it work? Did you have a bad experience, or was it good?
Yeah.
Were any of them good?
Yeah, I mean, some of them were enough to be like, all right, at least the writing's okay.
I know this is stupid, and but you don't have to do it. But do you remember any of like the ideas or the things?
No, it was a long time ago. I remember some of the vague ideas, but I can't remember any of what the actual jokes and punchlines were.
God, I wish what I would do for a time machine, because it wouldn't be the same Ben. It'd been a younger Ben.
Yeah, it was. I was like early 20s.
Did you have a suit jacket on when you went?
No, God, no.
No, I thought you would be a suit jacket kind of guy. Rolled up.
Maybe these days. I'll just, do the full 80s.
Hey. So what are we talking about? Boxing, fighting.
You punching the shit out of Aiden.
No, I would
and
never.
him not getting a single shot in.
I would never. Yeah.
Who else? I want to go through more people. Who else do we mutually know? Benno. You and Benno. Who wins?
I think me.
Okay, and Benno thinks you?
I think Benno would think me.
Yeah, he's just too nice.
Yeah.
Benno got brothers?
Yeah, but I don't think they were physical. I think they get along really well. See, Ben has a really healthy emotional relationship with his siblings. I think that's where things start to fall apart.
Yeah.
Where yeah. But also I think I have a an incorrect opinion of where my strength is.
You reckon you think too highly of your strength?
Yeah, I think because I can bench more than any of these people, I'm somehow stronger, but they've never.
Oh, so you got an accurate assessment of your strength, but you think that it comes into play more than it. Because I think you seem to be going back to that a lot, and I agree that you seem to think that
like they've never had someone
bench.
They've never had someone sit down and say, "Here's how much you bench," and try it, and then do it for a few weeks, and then get what is it called, noob gains or whatever, where you just get a little bit stronger. I don't know how much that sort of working out that I'm doing. And again, right now I'm working out hard again, so my testosterone is just flying through the goddamn roof. So I'm heated all the time. I'm having dreams about fighting. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I think you're overvaluing how much being able to lift shit will help you in a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely helps,
Mm-hmm.
but it depends on, and it probably helps more considering none of the people that we're talking about have any skill or training in anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably matters more. And I think you're way overvaluing the I'm having dreams about fighting and my testosterone's high. Because that's the classic, whatever. He's completely he's been doing MMA for 5 years. I don't give a shit. I'll go fucking nuts, man. If he comes at me, I'll go fucking skits.
I'll full skits on him.
Yeah.
This reminded me of
he
that.
can fight me, but I'll fucking kill him.
This is that there was a Joe Rogan podcast from a long, long time ago where Brendan Schwab came in and he was like, you need to stop fighting. He was an MMA fighter and he's like, you're just getting the shit kicked out of you. And he had such a much grander opinion of himself and his abilities as a fighter. And Joe Rogan, I don't know that much about Joe Rogan, but he seems to know what he's talking about when it comes to MMA.
Yeah.
And just looking at him, he was like, you're not that good. And he just told it straight to his face. That's how I feel right now.
That's funny.
You're
the freaking sharp, are you?
Yeah.
You need to stop telling people you could beat them in a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Being angry doesn't make you a good fighter.
By the way, this is only one thing that I've done with Aiden, where him and I had a back and forth.
This is all purely hypothetical.
You're throwing people in.
No, it's fine.
And we haven't made a joke in about 25 minutes.
You said you can beat up all your friends.
Yeah, I can beat them all up.
There's no qualms.
Yeah.
In Coliseum match, just send them in one by one. I'll turn them into fucking dust.
No, I don't know. I honestly, and I think I didn't think about it, but also the brother thing would come into play in a certain way.
I think it would, because you get punched familiar territory.
I think that would come into play more than the working out.
People always overestimate the I'll just go skits thing, because if you go skits, what do you think the person that has training is going to do? They also have that red mist testosterone fire that will get called upon in an emergency. And then they're like, yeah, I'll just come in, mate. I'll fucking left, right, fucking good night. Come in. So he'd come at me. I'd fucking sweep him onto the ground, get on top, put my weight on him, fucking bang, bang. But it's just they're not a fucking dummy. It's not practice mode in Tekken. They always discount the fact that the other person is also trying to do similar shit to you.
I think it's the, for those of us who don't have a history or have any, we don't box. We haven't been into a street fight, in adult life or anything. We have this idea, exactly what you've just said, where you think about it. It's like the breaking your bone thing, where you've never done it, but you thought you're curious about how that would feel. So I get curious about fighting and getting into fights, and I imagine that I'm like, yeah, I bet I could just fucking go all schizo, and then you forget exactly what you just said.
You should do jiu-jitsu. You should get into that.
No, I think if I'm going to do anything, it'll be boxing. I don't like the grappling. I don't like also don't like having my shoes off. And the little white suit and everything. I don't want the little gi.
That's better, because you can go as hard as you want, and no one gets hurt. Really.
I don't want to go as hard as I want.
You do. You've got that thing, because you're going to go to boxing and do the same thing. You're going to get real tired doing the cardio shit, punching the bags and the pads, You're like, yeah, but if I go in the ring, that's when it'll happen. And then you go in the ring and you'll spar a bit, but you won't go full fucking as hard as you can go. Because you'll just punch and gas yourself out.
But I don't. It's not really a desire in me to go full schizo on somebody. That's not there.
Not schizo, but just like put the maximal amount of effort in that you can.
That doesn't come into it. That doesn't come into play.
What is it that you want out of it then? What is it what's this burning desire that's in there?
I don't know. I just want to do something that's not.
Want to get some aggression out.
Not even that. I just want to do something different. Something that I wouldn't do.
Okay.
It's not
grappling. Nothing where you take your shoes off.
Not like that, but like I'm talking about fighting in general. Like a fighting sport is not in. Does not fit into who I am as a person. You don't put those two together.
If I have to pick parameter on that.
If I have to pick a fighting sport, boxing is the ones I'm drawn to.
Oh.
That's it.
Do it with boxing then.
I think I will.
All right.
I think I'm going to do it.
Let's go do boxing together.
When this show's done, boxing and open mic are two things I want to do before the end of the year's out.
Well, I combine the two. You have to do stand up with that big mic that comes down and it's time. that one. You got a wild people trying to punch you. Yeah, my name's Matt. Everyone, it's great to be here. Wow, what a great crowd we got tonight.
Yeah. Would you help me with my material if I pitch some stuff?
Yeah, and I'll punch you in the face. So
Yeah.
I can help with both of those.
Yeah. I haven't looked at my notes yet.
Oh my God.
What else has been going on? Oh, wait. What were we talking about?
People will be interested in.
No, that was all good. I really enjoyed that.
Okay. Yeah,
But we're
we
talking about
enjoyed
injuries,
it, but I don't think people want to listen.
We're talking about injuries.
We're talking about injuries. Breaking a bone.
Broken nose, broken bone. You haven't broken anything.
Not yet.
I broke my knee, broke my nose.
God willing.
No. Well, that's it.
Okay.
That was a good. Hey, that was a great topic.
Nice.
Oh no, you know what I did? What I remember what it was that I wanted to go back to was talking about Aiden. When we talk about our child and like just like getting into fights and stuff, and he has to walk away. I said one to him the other day about my brother beating the shit out of me, and then I might have to bleep this out. I might have to bleep part of this out, but and he walked away like when I told him this. So my brother was doing something, and I just learnt the word hypocrite, and so I was using it all the time. I also knew what it meant. I wasn't just like,
nice.
You fucking hypocrite to everything.
Yeah.
He did something. He told me not to do something that he'd just done, and I was like, you hypocrite. And then he
nailed him,
tackled me into the couch and started wailing on my head. And I was like, oh, get the fuck away, fuck. And that's right when our parents came home, and they walked in the door and came over and pulled the two of us off each other. And then he said that
I said off each other.
Hey, what'd you say?
There's a slight pause. So they came over and pulled the two of us off each other.
Thank you for getting a joke in. It's been quite a while.
Wish it was better.
And then he was like, I didn't hit him. He hit me. He jumped on me. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can tell you exactly what happened. I called him a hypocrite. He tackled me. And he was just sort of... It was that thing where... You know when you feel like an adult when you're a kid? Because you're being really clear and concise. I'm like, hold on, everybody. Just calm down.
I'm nailing this.
He said this. And he said that. And then I called him a hypocrite. And then he tackled me.
And mum and dad, that really set him off.
And that's what happened. And then he would be like, he jumped on me. And I'm like,
Yeah, right.
who are you going to believe?
You've
Who are you
got
gonna
nothing.
believe?
Mine is such a clear and specific series of events that really feels materialized, doesn't it, mum and dad? Whereas he's just saying, I jumped on him. For what reason? Why did I jump on you? Huh? That's what I thought.
Well, why did you jump? He said,
Mum, dad,
he's an
I
asshole.
rest my case. Is that what you thought? But he just punched you in the head really hard. So you're like, Mum, dad, no, he can have me but commit. I come in, man, and I'm saying he made a commitment to him, and then he jumped on me. I rest my case.
Blood coming out of my ears. No, I was clear. And
Okay.
we both got sent away to our rooms.
You both got sent away.
And that really shit me.
That's such
and then
hypocrites, aren't they, your
we
parents?
Both got grounded, and then later on that night, Mum was already angry at me, and she was teaching me how to tie my shoelaces at the time. And
Just tie them around your neck.
What?
Just tie them around your neck.
Jesus.
What?
That would make Aiden walk away as well. They nailed a shoe to a plank of wood, and that's what I would practice on. Keep in mind at this
You had
point,
to wear it to school.
I still had to go to a class after school to learn how to read as well. So I'm pretty slow at this point.
That's right. I remember you saying all of this about how you're actually quite a slow kid.
Yeah. And she was getting really frustrated with me. And this is the bit I'll bleep out. And I was sitting there trying to do it, and I was crying. And I was crying. I was saying, I can't do it. And she was like,
Did that fix it?
no, didn't fix it at all.
Damn it.
So, and then that's where Aiden was like, I'm walking away from this conversation. That's horrible. And I'm like, that's not even close to the word. like if I could sit down just for like a few hours and just think back, I reckon I could just write down so many stories.
Here's the problem. If you bleep that out, they're going to think it's another time she came home and pulled you off.
My mother did not wank me off. Name of the podcast. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So everyone, you are going to delete that. People are just going to be wondering what it
What
is.
mum
and
did.
then my mum, boop, and Aiden's like, I'm walking away from this
Yeah,
conversation.
Yeah. Is there anything that pops out to you that would make Aiden squirm from your childhood?
Almost certainly, but I'm not saying it on the podcast.
Come on.
No.
Give me one and just tell me when to bleep it.
I'll tell you after.
No. Oh.
Okay, you can bleep this one out.
All
This is
right.
a quick one. Mum was
All right, I'm just trying in my brain. I'm just working out which bits to bleep. Yep.
just bleep it all.
Okay.
And I'll do it really quick so you can just bleep it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So she's
That's a good one.
yeah, that is good.
I had a similar sort of one where I was young and we were at it was my mum, me. I was this is before school.
Yeah.
So I'm pre-kindergarten, so you just go wherever your mum goes. And it was the middle of the day and she went to her friend's place. Her name's Vicky. And they were sitting outside having a beer. And I was, neglectful parenting. I was like, Mum,
Yeah, right.
I think I told him that one as well. And it's funny, I tell him that and then I tell Beck that and she goes, huh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy. He's crazy kids.
Childhood's wild times, aren't
Absolutely. Yeah.
they? Yeah.
There's got to be another one. This is going to be such a fun bleeping session.
So boring to listen to, though.
No. I like it. I like it.
I'd be fucking furious. I'd be so itchy listening to this.
fucking tell me. Oh, yeah. We'll never tell you guys. So that's fun. That's good. Childhood. Yeah. My brother used to like his thing. Oh, I told you about the whipping and putting the towel in oil and like whipping with the towel.
Yeah.
That was
Diabolical.
fucked. Yeah. The other thing they used to do is he used to take his shoe off and kick me up the asshole with his toe pointed.
Oil check.
Oh, is that what it's called?
That's what it's called in jiu-jitsu. When you're trying to get out of a foot lock, you just jam your foot up their ass.
He used to do that all the time, and I got to the point. You know when you're a kid and whatever your brother's doing to you, you get to the point where you're like, if they hit you on the right side a lot, you're always ready.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I was like always looking behind me, which is no way you should spend your childhood. Like you're in World War II and you're worried about bombs coming down.
So
I'm just always like,
With Georgia, I'll be like, do you want to? And she'd be like, why are you flinching? I'm offering you something. I had older brothers.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. I
Yeah.
flinch at Beck all the time. I was like, whoa, what's going on over there? What are you putting down? Don't do that with me. Put that down.
Yeah.
It's a bit sadder when a girl does
Trauma.
I just had it and I lost. Oh, my brother, when we were little, my brother found a mouse outside, brought it, so I was like, mouse, and then the mouse bit him on the finger, and my parents did nothing about it. They were like, oh, bugger.
I remember that. Yeah. I was at my grandpa's house, my mum's dad. She was inside. And I stepped on a rusty nail and it went like through my foot. I was like, oh, Mum, that hurts. Yeah, you had your tetanus shot? I'm like, I'm 8. I don't know. What is a tetanus shot? She's like, you'd be right. Tell me if your mouth starts getting sore. She said I'd get lockjaw.
That's fucking... I did the same thing. Went for a nail.
There you go.
But they took me to the doctors for that. So, you
Oh,
know.
la-di-da.
Bulk
Was it
billing,
because was it that shoe that was nailed to a plank?
Yeah. It's getting yelled at for not being able to do things. That's the trauma that Aiden
Yeah, that's
really
not
doesn't
great.
enjoy. He's like, why weren't they just like supporting you?
Mm.
I'm like, they were.
Because it was boring. And me not being able to survive properly, time my own shoes
Bored
was
them.
cutting into wine time.
Mm-hmm. It's my fault they had me.
That's true.
Good times. Good trauma.
It's 56 minutes for total recording time, although I don't know when you started it.
56 minutes and 42. I started at like 5 minutes before you walked in.
Yeah. Okay.
I do have a story.
Wow!
So everybody, it's a gym story. You know, I was telling you
Oh.
about this gym that I go to, this like Lululemon weird little like gym, and nobody's ever on the reason I like this is there's not as much equipment as the gym you and I used to go to for weight stuff, but nobody touches it. So I walk in and there's like one bench but it's always empty.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, great. And there's like 3 squat racks, and they're all always empty. So I get to
What
use.
are people doing there?
They're just like doing cardio
cardio is.
classes. The machine. There are machines like this, like I don't know. Remember at Hammers when there was that little
okay, I know what you mean, pin loaded stuff.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? No, I know.
I don't know if that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah,
called.
pin loaded stuff, like all those pin loaded machines.
Yeah.
But I went to the bench today and I was doing a workout. For whatever reason, everybody kept coming and fucking annoying me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got there. I did the workout. I can't remember which came first. I was doing the workout and I stood up for a second because I get like 3 minutes between sets to just sort of calm down. That's what it says in the app, to take 3 minutes. I don't always take the 3 minutes, but I stood up and then someone came, started unloading my weights, and I was like, oh, hey, I'm still using that. And they were like, oh, sorry. And they went away. And then I was in another break and I was sitting on the edge of the bench because I wasn't leaving the bench now, and I was on my phone just counting down that time. And someone came over to me and like tapped me on the shoulder and like paused my headphones. I was like, yeah. And they're like, are you using this? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, okay. And like confused. Like obviously I'm sitting on there, I'm on my phone, but I'm like, I'm doing a fucking set. Like I'm taking a break.
Yeah. You don't just do 1 3-minute long set and then leave?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was in the middle thing. It kept interrupting. And then another person did the same thing where I took a break and they went to unload my weight. So I was like, I'm using that. And I was like, what the fuck is going on today? Never has this ever happened before. And that was driving me fucking mental. There's no real fun end to this story, but
You got
that's what
annoyed
happened.
because your testosterone's too high, though, apparently.
yeah. And I'm looking at the thing. I'm not taking 5 minutes. I had the numbers on my phone coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There you go.
So if I had to fight any of them, probably couldn't have taken them.
No.
No, they look skinny and quick.
Proper rats.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go. You get that prank call, you?
I do, but I thought about saving it for the guys for next week. Fuck it.
You're going to end on this. What about that?
Little end.
Because I got no jokes or anything for you. It's very warm in here.
It is quite warm. It's making me sleepy.
It's making me sleepy.
Well, there was that we went out to Aiden's birthday. Was there anything funny that happened that night?
They're all
You know what?
musical
You know
theatre
what
kids,
was? You know what was really, really fucking funny?
Yeah, tell me.
Ben was doing this thing. When I say Ben, I mean you. I'm telling the audience.
Me.
Aiden's birthday party. We went into the city. We went to this bar. And it was me and Ben, and then a bunch of people that we didn't know, which were all friends of Aiden's. And Aiden was having a joint birthday with this other girl, all friends of hers. I knew a couple of them, but really it was a big group of theatre people that you've never met before. And so your bit for the entire night was whenever you shook hands with anybody, whenever you introduced yourself to somebody, you put your hand out like a dame from like an Elizabethan play.
Well, I was doing it. I would put my hand out like a normal handshake, and then they'd go to shake it, and I'd just do a quick audible, and as they'd grab my hand, I'd flip it over. So they weren't expecting to grab it like that. They wouldn't like go, oh, and kiss it like that sort of. So I'd be like, yeah, g'day, mate. And then flip it right at the last second. And that was good.
That was very, very funny.
I enjoyed that.
And it was good to the
reactions.
point where you started doing it when Aiden wasn't around to explain you.
Bad stuff!
Every time he did it, he was there. He's like, don't worry, he's doing it on purpose because he's trying to be weird. And then Aid'd be in the bathroom or something. You'd be like, hi, I'm Ben.
Nice to meet you.
And they'd be like, okay.
That was good.
Also, right before we got there, like going to the place, there was a group message and someone was like, oh, by the way, because it was $55 a head, it was a banquet. They're like, just send the money here. And you were like, no. So you were already shit stirring these bunch of strangers in never met before. And you're like, is it possible for me to pay in iTunes gift cards? Equally as funny. And then it seemed like they were getting angry. It seemed almost like they were getting sassy with you. But then
I think because they never met me, they were like, what is this fucking guy's deal? Because you don't want to get, ha ha ha, lol. And then me go, well, here's your gift cards then. Because they don't know I'm joking.
Yeah.
Like, well, I had them around, so now they're yours, and this is how I'm paying for dinner.
And then they met you when things got weirder when you went like this.
Yeah. It was a good night.
It was. I had good
nice
fun.
people.
All right, let's play this voice thingy.
Okay.
Let's give it a little slice. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, motherfucker.
Who's this?
It's Ben J, and I'm about to ruin your motherfucking day. Annoying. Telemarketers. I don't give a fuck. My name's Ben J.
Annoying telemarketers with Ben J. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
It has been a while.
This was a good one. I'm excited for this. Let me find it. I wasn't queued up for this one today, everybody.
I sort of gave up on it for a minute because it was so annoying to try and find the recorder, and half the time I wouldn't be home. But this one called Georgia. So I had her phone, and my phone was right there to record it on. So I'm like, well, you can't lose.
Let's have a listen.
Has anyone else made a purchase? No, I'm the only one who has access to the account.
Right. That means, sir, you see this is a fraudulent and a suspicious order, which
Shit.
has been made on your
Shit.
account, okay?
This is the last thing I need today.
So dramatic from the get-go.
Oh, I do not need this right now.
Do you have that mobile number?
The what, sorry? Do I have
Can
what?
you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
What
Have
number?
you made a purchase?
I have not made a purchase. And if this is fraudulent activity, I'm very, very mad about this. You need to fix this. It needs to be fixed right now.
All right, so do not get worried. So just tell me, sir, the phone that you're talking
I
to
wonder
me
if
on
they
right
think you're
now,
serious.
is that your Android or Apple
get
I think
phone?
at this point, maybe.
It is my Android
You
Apple phone, yes.
You sound so fake from this end.
Okay, so
I
what
think
you
it's
have to
'cause
do
we know
is,
you.
sir, you have to get connected with the eBay, so simply put the call on loudspeaker. Am I on the loudspeaker?
Yeah, so, yeah, you are on the loudspeaker of my Android
open,
Apple phone.
Now open your Play Store, sir. You simply have to open your Play Store.
They're trying to get you to
Open the
buy.
Play Store.
I don't have a PlayStation. I've been using computer for a couple of years now.
No, they're trying to get me to use
No,
a
no,
team
I'm
viewer thing so
talking
they can
about Play
see my
Store,
screen.
the Play
Okay.
Store.
Play Store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mean the App Store, the Apple App Store?
Yes, open that.
Okay. So, sorry, is that what you mean? Okay, I'm in now. It wants me to log in. Do you
What
have
do you
the
think?
login for me?
No, you do not have to log in, sir. You just have to type in there.
It wants a password. Oh, I remember. Hang on, I've got it written down here.
Your
Hang on. No, no.
mom. Okay, type in there. Fuck your mom and dad.
My mom and dad. Mother child, why you say that to me?
Type in fuck your mum and your dad.
Fuck your mom and your dad. He's so calm. So I was like, type in there, fuck your mum and your dad. All capitals.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, I do have one thing I want to tell before the other podcast. This is a carry on from another story. Remember I told you a story about Beck's family being over and being like, play some bass for us, Beck.
Oh, yeah.
And she did a little thing. She reminded me that story was so good that it trumped another thing that happened that night that I totally forgot about, which was me picking up Ellie. And she swung her head back and her skull went crunched, smashed me in the nose.
Not on the broken nose.
I thought it was broken. So at this point, no one was paying attention to me, and I did it, and it happened, and I put my hand down on my face, and I sort of just sat like I was like rubbing my forehead, but I was like, uh-oh.
Because your dog, you're supposed to know how your dog works.
Yeah.
It's like embarrassing. Like
It was
his
embarrassing.
own dog smacked his nose. Has he got no idea?
And I was saying, oh, I think it's broken. And I was like, oh, it really does. It feels broken. And my eyes immediately started watering. And it didn't just water. Tears came down my eyes.
Yeah.
Like it was watering enough that I had tears.
Nothing's wrong. Beck's bass playing is just so good.
That was so good. The bass playing hadn't happened yet. That was the thing.
She's going to play the bass. You guys are going to you go shit.
And I just sat there for ages not knowing what to do. And eventually I was trying to wipe the tears from my eyes just to like get up and then be normal. And I thought I was normal, and then Beck's mum looked over and went, whoa, what happened? So my nose had immediately just bruised across the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I had a lump that's still there.
Whoa.
And I was like, Ellie hit me in the nose. And it was all very embarrassing.
So you just took it like a champ. You got in the nose and you just like...
Yeah, I just kept it down, just kept it
so
in.
funny. If Sugar done that to me, I'm like, fuck! All right, out! Get out fucking time! Shut the door. You're going to need time out for 20 minutes!
There were people around. I didn't want to fucking flip out. Yeah, if she did it now, yeah, it would have been. And it's the thing that like I know she's just being a dog and she's trying to show love and she's just looking back, but I would have just flipped out. Be like, all right, you're outside for
Ever.
4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
If you die, that's fine. Here's a glass of water. Go fuck yourself.
He's just sipping my beer. See, that's what you get.
This is my dog piss fingers.
Go and watch Lion King 2.
That joke's not going to work because I bleeped out half the story.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah. No. Hey, it's GMat here. And don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.